Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. My name is Glenn Ryglad, and I'm a member of the service and support team for CIRCOR refinery valves. The presentation I will be sharing with you today will cover several aftermarket topics related specifically to our DeltaValve product line. Within the service and support area, we will review the following: pre-installation and installation services, asset management, field and shop service and maintenance, proposals and service agreements, including long-term service agreements and master service agreements. Additionally, we're also going to highlight the option of our spare valve or device program that can be used as an alternative to rebuilding valves during a turnaround and the related benefits of this type of program. Before we get into the service and support discussion, I would like to take a few minutes to tell you a little bit about us. CIRCOR Refinery Valves has been associated with delayed coking for the past 20 years. Our first install was a bottom unheading device, commonly referred to as a BUD. It was installed in the Chevron Salt Lake City refinery in the fall of 2001. You'll notice on this slide our product offerings and their respective locations within the coker. While many of you are familiar with most of this equipment, I thought a quick recap would be helpful. On the lower left, the bottom unheading device or bottom unheading valve is the first technology we introduced into the industry. The BUD effectively eliminated the requirement for manual or semi-automatic removal of the coke drum bottom head, required for de-inventory at the end of a coking cycle. Immediately above the BUD is the center feed device. You have likely heard us refer to this as the acronym CFD. It is part of our more recent offerings that is designed to minimize thermal gradients and rapid temperature changes within the coke drum. This technology increases the drum's fatigue life and minimizes downtime by mitigating drum cracking repairs during a turnaround. The TUD, or top unheading device, is mounted directly on the top of the coke drum flange. It is designed to provide tight shutoff during the coking process and opens to a fully open port during the coke cutting operations. And last but not least, our high-performance delayed coker isolation gate valve is designed with live-loaded extended seats that provide for tight shutoff regardless of valve position. These products highlighted here make up over 1,000 units we have sold in the past 2 decades. We have installed this equipment in over 100 refineries in more than 25 countries around the world. The great relationships we have forged with our customers have contributed to millions of safe cycles and have allowed us to become a leading global supplier in the delayed coking industry. Also worth noting is that DeltaValve has been working on-site at refineries, helping them maintain their unheading equipment and related systems for more than 15 years. During that time, we have worked directly with our colleagues at more than 50 refineries in 15 countries, and in the process have rebuilt and maintained over 300 bottom and top unheading devices worldwide. We are a cohesive team that continues to improve our processes as we expand our global aftermarket offering to provide innovative solutions for our growing list of customers. And it is this experience, focus, and approach that we bring to the service and support part of our business. Pre-installation and installation service is the first area of aftermarket services that I want to discuss. In this area, we focus on on-site training related to our equipment, site acceptance testing or SAT of our equipment, and installation assistance of our equipment. In on-site training, we have many years experience and work with our clients on training that maximizes reliability of the equipment and includes maintenance and operation of our equipment. This training is specifically designed for maintenance, reliability, and operations personnel. Site acceptance testing, or SAT as it is commonly known, is performed by our experienced and qualified technicians. The SAT focuses on testing activities that ensure not only the equipment, but equally important, the controls are integrated and functioning properly. Installation assistance is also available. These services can range from technical support for turnkey installations to supervisory support of contractors at a client's site. I also want to mention that with current world events, that have restricted travel and limited in-person collaboration, we have put together an option for this training and support to be performed virtually, and have recently completed several trainings using a digital technology platform. Asset management is a critical discipline for refiners due to the expensive capital equipment as well as lost profits associated with downtime. Our asset lifecycle management program covers two key areas. The first of which is on-site equipment audits. Many of you may have experienced these audits, which are really a review of the installed equipment and systems within your refinery. These types of audits provide an opportunity to see the equipment in service and review all mechanical and functional operations. This also provides an opportunity to review things like pressure changes in hydraulic systems, steam consumption rates and trends, as well as general equipment condition. Secondly, turnaround planning is a vital part in reducing downtime. To assist with this, we create detailed rebuild schedules for our equipment and work with refinery managers to effectively manage the site resources to ensure timely project completion. Collaboration is key in turnaround planning, and we continually work with our clients prior to and during these dynamic events. As we look globally at the service of our equipment, there are two key areas that we have identified and continue to develop and improve. The first is field service. This segment of our business is growing, and while we have a great group in place, we continue to expand our team of qualified technicians that can assist with removing the equipment from the structure and reinstalling it after any maintenance or rebuild activities that have been completed. This is performed primarily as a supervision function in conjunction typically with your subcontract rigging and lifting contractors, as well as the contractors that have been engaged specifically to perform the removal install work at site. Maintaining and repairing all mechanical, electrical, and hydraulic portions of our equipment, as well as programming and maintaining the control systems associated with our equipment, is another important part of our field service program. We have several technicians that support our clients in these disciplines and related troubleshooting of systems and equipment. The second area we have focused on is in-shop service. This refers to the rebuild scope of work and includes receiving, disassembly, blasting, inspection, and documentation of each component of our equipment. It also includes subsequent weld repairs if required, machining and painting of the major components. The last stages of in-shop service include final assembly and testing, as well as preparation for shipping and installation. These activities ensure that each valve rebuilt is certified so that it can once again be used in the critical services found in delayed coking. As part of the rebuild, it should be mentioned that the scope also includes hydraulic cylinder and electric actuation repair and or refurbishment. Proposals and service agreements also form an integral part of our service and support activities. In an effort to clearly define how we can help our customers with their turnarounds, we provide detailed proposals which include project schedules, equipment bills of materials, inspection and test plans, as well as pricing for parts and labor rates associated with the scope of work. We also offer long-term service agreements and master service agreements. Long-term service agreements ensure that the equipment receives the necessary maintenance at predetermined intervals. These agreements simplify and provide a framework allowing us to work together, since all terms are pre-negotiated and work schedules and project scopes are clearly defined. Master service agreements are similar in nature to LTSAs in that all terms and conditions are pre-negotiated. The primary difference is that these agreements typically occur at a corporate level and can cover several customer sites. I want to shift slightly and talk about our spare unheading program. An option to rebuilding unheading devices during a turnaround is to purchase spare devices for your site or company. This allows for a swap during the turnaround and have those units that have been removed from service to be rebuilt at a more convenient time and in a more cost-effective manner. There are many benefits to this approach. including removing the valve rebuild activities out of the turnaround critical path, potentially freeing up resources during the turnaround that may have been required to witness the rebuild. This program increases flexibility in that it allows for valve replacement and rebuilding to be completed at any time. And a valve swap could take place during an outage and not necessarily during a full turnaround period. The costs associated with rebuilding a valve on a non-expedited basis are less than during a turnaround, as dedicated resources and overtime personnel hours are not attached to the non-expedited rebuild schedule. Spare units eliminate the potential schedule impact associated with any unexpected work found in the discovery phase of disassembly and evaluation of the components. It is also a great backup plan in the case of an equipment or process emergency. Obviously, consideration of the non-expedited rebuild would need to occur in a time frame that would limit exposure for the client, as it is an important benefit of the program. As you can see on the slide, several of our global customers have chosen this approach, and is becoming more and more popular all the time for the reasons mentioned. In summary, there's a lot to consider and evaluate when contemplating this program. However, if you are interested in learning more about this option, please contact us to discuss a plan that can be developed for your refinery site or company. In conclusion, we believe and understand every refinery is different, each with their own set of goals and objectives. As I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, we have extensive experience and are ready and eager to share that experience and knowledge in supporting you wherever you are located. Our products and services are fully customizable. We routinely work with our clients to ensure each site's needs and requirements are thoroughly addressed. As many of you know, we continue to innovate our product offering and have taken the same approach to our service and support business. We encourage your thoughts and look forward to working with you to provide a winning solution. We have and continue to work with many of you in the refining community. We routinely share lessons and best practices that we have learned. Most of you are aware that we have presented at this and other conferences information and practices all designed to provide increased value to our clients and the refining community as a whole. Finally, I want to thank you for your attention. We look forward to assisting you in any way that we can and earning your trust. Again, thank you, and we now look forward to your questions.